talking about this basil that is exploding. Let me show you what's going on. So I wanted to do some companion planting in this container, which I did. I put a pepper in the middle and I put the basil around. Now, the pepper wasn't very tall when I put it in there. You know, it was a little transplant. But the basil is just outgrowing the pepper way too quickly. I've already cut this down and it has already grown back. So I'm gonna have to do something about that because it's shading out my pepper plant. So I have two containers. I have one here and I have another one here. It is doing beautifully in these containers. And I think it's liking these containers because they have these water reservoirs at the bottom so they don't dry out. I'm gonna try to transplant these basils into another pot, and we're going to go ahead and propagate the basil so that we can have plenty more basil all summer. We will not have to buy any more basil for the entire summer. Do not buy any basil, grow it. So it's kind of backtracking because I know when I transplant this basil that it's just gonna grow crazy again, and I'm gonna eventually have to replace the basil that I plant into another container with the basil that I'm propagating. But that's okay. I mean, gardening is gardening. I don't have an issue with doing gardening tasks every day. Everything is trial and error and you're always learning. So it's just outgrowing my little pepper plants. So someone in the comments brought up that I pre-soak the soil, and I do that all the time because when I go and get bags of soil from like the hardware store and stuff like that, they're never like moist because it's always hot in Texas. So they're always dry like this, you know, never moist. They're just dry to the bone. So I always have to soak the soil so that the plant can take up the nutrients it needs to take up. If you just wet the soil like this, just wet it on the top, the water will basically run off the soil and just go straight down, you know, out the plant. So I always like to pre-moisten it and then put my mushroom compost on the top or whatever, and that just works a lot better for me. So a pro tip that I can tell you from my gardening experience is you do not want to be stingy with the compost. I used to try to save compost, and I know compost is hard to come by, but in the garden, compost is your best friend. You want to use compost liberally. So that's what I do now, and it's working wonders for my garden. It's a game changer. So we got our potting mix at the bottom. We've got like half potting mix, half compost in this container. My plan is to put a reservoir watering tray underneath this container so that the basil will have access to water all the time. So I'm gonna grab those from the Dollar General, and we're gonna pop these out of here and put them all in here. Hopefully it's enough room. I don't have no more room for basil right now, so it's gonna have to work. I forgot that I put leaves in the bottom of this container and it's doing so well. So that could be a reason why they're doing well as well, is because this is, you know, organic matter that's breaking down and feeding my plants.
I had a dream once, I kept it close. It seemed so important to have it all then. I used to believe that I needed to be someone, to actually be someone. Everyone else seemed to get it right, but now I'm the cool kid, all weird, not chasing superficial things, that's clear. Ooh, I've got cool friends, ditch trends, they always see through them. That's why I am rich. Though I got no money, no, no, no. I am rich. Isn't it funny, though? Looking back, all I see is signs. I never needed what they expected of me. All I ever needed was me to believe in my God, telling me I don't want that life, or all the things you're supposed to like. But now I'm the cool kid, all weird, not chasing superficial things, that's clear. Ooh, I've got cool friends, ditch trends, they always see through them. That's why I am rich. Though I got no money, no, no, no. I am rich. Isn't it funny, though? Today I can stand my ground, hold my breath, be at ease, and do what matters to me. That's why I am rich.
Okay, so we have a nice long stem, and we're gonna cut our basil right underneath 3 sets. I'm gonna say 3 sets because this top set I'm gonna try to keep on there. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna cut right underneath there, but I'm gonna cut it at the bottom down here. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. Now, you're not going to throw these away. You're just gonna prune these leaves off, prune all the leaves, set them to the side so you can cook with them, do whatever you need to do. You can take these 2 off the top, and I'm just gonna leave these 4 leaves up here at the top. Okay, you should have something that looks like this. You need 2 nodes at least. So we're gonna bring this over here and we're gonna put it in this jar of water. And we're gonna leave this in here for about 2 weeks. And eventually you'll start to see some new roots growing. And once those grow, you can go ahead and plant your new basil in a new spot. So we're gonna go ahead and do the rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some iced tea with the basil that we harvested, a nice good amount. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you learned something and that it was helpful. If you like this content, make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a big thumbs up and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Royals.